Meeting here with Venkat Reddy Ragat from India. Venkat,
Hi.
let us know what you're doing. What brings you here to the Sustainability Education Conference?
Yeah, for the last 16 years I am working with an organization called MB Foundation, and this organization is based in South India in Andhra Pradesh. And what we actually do is we go to the villages, identify people, children especially, children who are not going to schools are working day in and day out, 14 hours, 16 hours a day. And these girls and boys are waiting, looking for somebody will voice their on behalf of them. So that's how we went to the villages and we talked to the people. And in the villages, generally they are not child-friendly. That is the problem. So they are not child-friendly, but they are thinking this is a norm. As you said, this is a karma that children should work.
Okay.
So they have to work. They are poor. They have to work. But in MB Foundation, as 4 or 5 of us visiting villages and spoke to children, children were very happy. First time somebody is talking about them. And every problem, so many problems in the society, but nobody has time to discuss this children's issue.
And these children are not yet convinced of mental philosophies that it is karma that they're having a hard time.
Yeah, they are not accepting that. They are thinking that why these fellows are not discussing about us, why these adults are not hearing about our voices.
Yes.
So 5 of us went there and talked to these children. Children were whistling and saying that what a wonderful idea going to school. In their lifetime, they never been to school. In their parents, their grandparents, nobody went to school. First time we said, will you come to school? And they said, we are very happy, but you talk to our parents, you talk to our community. So that's where we went to the parents and sat with them. They were also under impression that children, they are there, they have to work. That was the mental this thing. Nobody told them also.
But that can be a tough issue, right? I mean, sometimes I heard that the income of the children really makes a difference to the family.
That is exactly what we found is a myth.
Aha.
And that myth is, a landlord, an employer wanted to spread this myth, saying that, you poor guys, you have to work. You have to work, adults and children, you have to work, then only you will get this money. Actually, what was happening at that time was the employer was benefiting by this child labor. The family was not benefiting by this child labor. Because he's paying very less to these children and adults. So the moment we turned around the argument, saying we are not buying that argument. He said, nothing doing, something is wrong in this system. If children are contributing to the families must grow richer and richer. It is not happening. Something is wrong. That means somebody is gaining, and we went to details and details. That is the gaining person is the employer, not the family. This information we gave to the family. Look, if you send all children to your school, then there will be a demand for your work, and then employer will pay higher wages to you. So that is where that created in the villages, village after village, this campaign went on, and then large number of children started coming to schools with happy mood, and parents were very happy that they never thought of their children will go to school. They never thought in their lifetime their children will be in schools, because schools also were not happy. Schools also not sensitive enough to these children. They were insulted sometimes. They were treated badly because Indian culture, low caste people, and they were not treated well. But as volunteers, we went to the schools and told the teachers that this is the first time you are giving an opportunity. Why don't you participate in this good work? And the karma and spiritual thing will work in India. We told teacher, look, you are doing a good job by educating this child. That is your duty, but above the duty, you are really respecting a child means you are respecting a God. And that worked.
Wow.
And in India there is a saying, children are God. Children are God. That is the saying. So we use that also. Why are you harassing this God? And then these young people now, these children, at this moment, nearly 500,000 children.
How many?
500,000 children from work to school.
How many?
500,000.
500,000. I still can hardly
It
believe
is-
what I
it is
heard.
unbelievable, but village after village, communities found that going to school is breaking the poverty cycle. Going to school is questioning the authority. Going to school is, all the marginalization is now end to the marginalization. So somewhere they thought this is a good idea, and we also spread this message very fast. And now these young people, they are with dignity, head high. That means, if an illiterate child going, their body language also is subordination. But once they are educated, they are in schools, they are now head high and talking to people equally. So now what is happening, that's what I am interested talking to you when you are saying young people, and I heard you in that workshop, in civil society workshop. These child laborers, 10 years back, they were not going to school. Now they are attending colleges, they are doing their own work, different services. They struggled hard to get that stage, and these workshops, these seminars, these international conferences, nothing for them. In their struggles, what they are going through, that issues are not coming here, in my view. Those issues are very hard. Those issues are conflict situations. Those issues are struggling against the power. That is the power they are struggling. And nowhere we discuss these issues here. Here we say good things, but going to that. And now these young people are wanted to do something. They formed a group called Liberated for Liberation. They have liberated from the workforce, from the exploitation, and now they are working hard to liberate other children.
To liberate others. Yeah. How old are they?
They are now 16 to 22-year-old age, and boys and girls. And when they go into the villages with pride, nobody can question their integrities. Nobody can question their why are you coming, what is your agenda. Nobody. If you and me go, they will ask us some 100 questions. But they are the victims, and victims are out from that whole thing, and they are convincing communities. And they are conscience keepers now in the villages. Nobody can deceive them. Not only them, but their communities. They are questioning the authority, asking them all the right questions. And that is where this emerged, this group, young people. And I think these young people should be connected to the global young people. Somehow, something, we have to connect these young people. And these struggles, I think I must say, coming out of that struggles, they acquire strength more than anybody of us. The strength you cannot imagine, and those strength is to question the society on all values, on all false values. They are the people to question. They are questioning, and they know exactly what it is by going to school.
Wow. So